Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to a new Let's Play series. I'm going to be doing some Minecraft TerrafirmaCraft. This is a total conversion mod for Minecraft. It basically pretty much changes everything in the game. It makes it much harder. The pacing is slower because you're pretty much thrown first off into like the Stone Age, and then you have to kind of work up into like the Iron Age. It doesn't really go beyond that, and a lot of really neat features are in this mod. I mean, like maybe it's best to just show you. I think I'll just show you guys as we come across it. That was just a test save, so I'm gonna create something here. What should we call it? How about Albion, I guess. Sure, why not? Let's go with no cheat, blah blah blah. We'll come up with a seed for the world. Why not we just call the seed Lothlorien? Is badass, sure. And we'll just go ahead and hit create and see what we get here. The whole terrain generation is completely different than default. Your guys are going to notice kind of weather effects, season. It has a full year cycle, and things like that. You'll notice the bars at the bottom a little bit different. So you have my standard health bar, and then also this green and blue bar. The green bar is my food. The blue bar is my water. And you can fill up the water by coming over here to fresh water, which is marked by cattails, and just right clicking on the water and you'll take a drink from it. There's a sound effect. My music is probably just a little too loud. The music in this mod is really nice too. It's very atmospherical. So you'll see that we also can't punch any wood from trees. I mean, we can. It's really slow, but nothing drops from this. So, I mean, it's really just a complete waste of time to punch a tree. So, unlike Minecraft, it doesn't do anything. Punching leaves are going to give these little sticks. So, and these are very important for making your first fire, and also crafting your first tools. You'll also notice leaves have to be connected. So if not, they just basically instantly disappear, and you lose the chance of getting sticks or saplings. So it's very good to basically stay efficient with cutting down trees and such. The inventory is pretty standard. We have this sidebar here for, I was gonna say our quiver. Ah, there. There's like an invisible thing. You can make a quiver, things like that for arrows and javelins. You'll notice our crafting grid is smaller, and when you build a crafting table, it expands our crafting area out. And we have stats. We have smithing, tool smithing, armor smithing. These basically increase when you're smithing these items, how well they operate and how much durability they have. Agriculture increases how much you gain from crops. Cooking, there is a full cooking system in here with like decaying of the food, and like it gives you buffs, and the higher cooking you have, the better the buffs are going to be. Prospecting, which is how you're going to be finding a lot of your ore underground. There's cave-ins, and those are really, you really have to watch out for those and build support beams if you want to do really large mining operations. Butchering, which is basically the more you kill animals, the more meat you're going to get off of them. We're in early summer. It's June, year 1000. It tells the hour. And then also we have a diet to kind of maintain. So fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, dairy. You'll notice my max health is going down, and that's what that governs, your max HP. So keep an eye on that, and late game you kind of want to keep that managed. Now you'll notice these little rocks on the ground, and this is kind of what you do initially. You're going to be going around picking up rocks and eventually crafting these into your first set of basic tools. Leaves, you can't interact with leaves. You pass through them, albeit at a slower speed. But I think that's a really cool feature. So they're going for like gameplay realistic. It's not 100% realistic, of course, but for gameplay reasons, it's really nice. So what kind of rocks are we getting? We're getting phyllite, which I think has a chance to have copper and things, which is good. I will have to check the ore chart on the wiki to be 100% sure. I'm a little rusty. Let's see. So we're just gonna go ahead and go around and gather some sticks and some stone. Sticks spawn on the beach as well. You also can't drink from ocean water, but you can, however, harvest some seaweed that you find close to the shore and use that as your basic food. You'll notice the seaweed actually has a green bar, and what that is actually how much food it has. So we're carrying about 2.5 ounces out of 160 ounces. It's not sweet, not sour. Your character actually has like a taste for certain foods randomly generated every time. So that'll be pretty interesting to see, I think. To see what we get. Because depending on the meal, it might affect us differently. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a few of these for later. And you can make them stack. So initially they will stack individually, but if you throw them in the crafting table, they'll stack up, and we have 9.3 ounces now. So there's a lot to go over. So initially, once you have a little bit of stone and sticks, you can do some basic things. Holding these rocks that you get on the surface allows you to do napping, which is basically hitting the two stones together to create tools, and you get this large, I think 9 by 9 crafting grid. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 by 10 crafting grid, and depending on what you sculpt in here, it creates different things. So this shape is basically 2 knife blades, and then we have 2 knife heads. If you mess up in that crafting table, you pretty much have to start over. You lose half of the material that you tried in the process. So it's important to know the recipes, and hopefully you won't waste too many materials. You can use knives for basic combat. It doesn't do much damage. It does 40. Not very great. But you can also use it to harvest tall grass and get straw, which is kind of a basic building material. So what else can we make out of stone? We're going to go ahead and make our first axe head, which is this kind of shape. You can kind of see the blade here and the part that would attach to the stick itself. And then once you have that made, you can go into your little crafting table and you have a stone axe. Now, it is still pretty slow. I mean, it's almost the equivalent of, well, actually it's probably still slower than punching wood in normal Minecraft. But the catch is the whole tree comes down. So there you go. But since the whole tree comes down, all the leaves disappear instantly, and you lose any chance of getting your saplings. So eventually, at some point, when you get low on trees, you want to clear the leaving first, and then cut down the tree so you can replant. It's a lot of conserving materials initially. Also, these only stack to, I think, 16 because they're a medium weight and medium size. Everything has kind of a weight and size limit, and that depends on what type of storage container they can go into. Logs cannot go into chests, so you actually have to place them into the world themselves. That's a lot of information to kind of digest, so let's go ahead, get some water by drinking here. Eventually you'll be able to craft a jug and carry water around with you. These yellow flowers, they mark clay, so if we just kind of dig down here, you'll see kind of a different material, and clay will be used for ceramics, and very important early on because you'll go into Stone Age to the Ceramic Age to kind of the Copper Age, Bronze Age. You just go all the way up through. Right now, I think we're just gonna look for a safe-ish place to stay the night. Really don't want to do anything at night initially. It's super dangerous. There's javelin archers, normal archers, and the beginning stone weapons are not strong really at all. Something to note about the terrain generation is if you see our y-axis, we're at 152. Normal Minecraft, I think the y-axis sea level is 63. So there's a lot more stone to dig through. Find kind of these stone boulders sticking out of the ground. There's a lot of dirt types. There's a lot of different stone types, and each stone type, they have different ore in them. So this is actually our first piece of ore that we have found, and these will spawn on the surface, and basically that kind of marks, hey, there's some ore near the surface in this area, but you're still going to have to prospect to find it. So we're going to go ahead and pick this up. This is tetrahedrite. This is one of the ores, either for tin or copper, I forget exactly, but we're not to that point. But what I want to do is actually mark this location using a little piece of cobblestone, and it's turning nighttime. That's no good. So I think the best thing to do is you can usually gather up a whole bunch of thatch from these blades of grass, and there's actually like cave-ins and stuff. Most blocks have physics, unless it's like actually almost every block has physics enabled, so you can't just build a dirt tower or anything anymore. You actually kind of have to think it out and build a structure. Thatch is one of the rare blocks that does not have a gravity attached to it, so you can actually make your first kind of temporary shelter using thatch. Very important to know, as you'll most likely be sleeping in a hole the first night. Occasionally you'll get lucky and find some sort of what was I going to say? Some sort of cave or make some sort of lean-to. But I think initially we'll just hide in here. Thatch, you can walk through it. Mobs can't see through it, but if they happen to walk through this area, we're gonna be in some trouble. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some seaweed. And due to the nature of this, I think I'm gonna just have to do a skip here, because I doubt you guys just want to see a really bright screen, and then we'll come back once it's morning and dig ourselves out. So I hope I'm not bombarding you guys with too much information or talking too much. It's just a really in-depth game. So be right back. Okay, everyone. So we're just kind of hatching out of our straw egg now. We're going to continue our hunt, I think, to find a suitable place to call home, or at least our first home. Sometimes you get a bad spawn, you don't have the right type of stone for ore, so you got to pack up and move. But I think we're okay on this one, and I'm getting a bit of lag due to terrain. Ooh, pig. So I guess I can cover now. There's so much to cover that I don't want to just keep talking and talking. I guess it's almost too much. Real quick, these things spawn once. So normal Minecraft, the animals keep respawning kind of in the area. These do not, and this one has tusks, so it's obviously a male. So that's something to look out for. Animal husbandry is complicated in this version. It's just everything just has like so many more layers of depth. There's a morning fog. This I think is sphalerite, and sphalerite is definitely tin. So tetrahedrite would be our copper. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. So tin and copper, if you mix them in the right percentage, we'll get bronze eventually. I am definitely getting a whole bunch of lag. I don't know why. Let's watch my memory here. Sadly, just due to the size of the terrain and how many blocks we're loading in, when you first initially load in the world and start kind of moving around, you're going to get a good bit of a lag spike. There's a lot more crops, as you guys are about to see. This is some garlic, some just wild garlic. They're not fully grown, so I'm just going to leave them there. I'm going to take one seed with us. I think these ones are fully grown. Eventually we'll not lag. I might have to just allocate more memory later. So, as you can see, from harvesting that, I think we should have, yes, we've gained a little bit of agriculture skill. And the more you harvest, the more skill you're going to get. So I need to eat up while I can. So what we're looking for is, I'm looking for either a river or a nice lake to call home. The first couple days I generally spend pretty nomadic, just kind of walking around, seeing what's kind of in the vicinity. Setting your spawn early on is pretty hard to actually make a bed to do so. You need to make leather, and leather, there's a whole tanning process that I won't get into. And a creeper, just gonna hop up here and escape for now. What's up there? Oh, there's a bear in the tree. I will get closer, but I think it would attack me, so I'm just gonna keep away from it for now. It's been a while. They didn't used to be hostile, but now I'm just not sure. Mr. Pig again. There's our hidey hole. Actually, I'm gonna grab the thatch here. I might need it later. Thatch is an important thing, especially for pottery. So we'll have to be collecting that a lot as we go. This one's probably going to be a longer episode than normal. It's probably going to be a 30-minute one, just to kind of get over the initial burst of data that I'm going to be spewing out, and will probably not stick with anyone. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Clay source is very important to live by, or at least know of. I don't really want to live by the sea. The sea doesn't really do anything for me. I can get squid for food. That's a bonus. Seaweed for food. I don't know if seaweed ever grows back though. You don't want to rely on that too much. So let's go through here. There's a bunch of different types of trees now as well. As you'll see, and each one has a unique color. And when you make things using that lumber, the color of the wood will show through. We're getting a lot of ravines. It's usually kind of nice for prospecting. There's still snow on the ground, which kind of means we're going to actually get a full cycle in terms of seasons. Ooh, another tetrahedrite. So we need to mark our copper. There's a bunch of different sand types and colors, and this was all introduced before Minecraft was doing different sand types and mesas and things. It is running on Minecraft 1.7, I think. The mod maker does not like 1.8. I forget the exact reason. I think he just said 1.8 was not mod friendly. So, especially for something like this, he would basically have to recode everything to make it work on 1.8. But at least we'll be able to get horses. And I'm definitely getting those lag spikes, which are very annoying at the moment. In fact, actually, I'm gonna see if I can deal with this now. I'm just gonna watch my memory again. Maybe if I stand still and let my memory go down and then move forward. No. Yeah. It just has so many blocks to generate. It does not like doing it on the fly. Let's climb up here. Want to see anything anywhere good. Actually, tell you what. Instead of just seeing me ramble and walk around, I'll just come back when I find a suitable location and explain what our plans are and go from there. Ooh, so we just kind of found something interesting. I just want to touch on it. This is I think a cherry tree? Yep. So this is pretty nice. We'll have to eventually gather up the saplings from it. I don't think now would be a good time. I'm just gonna harvest some berries for now. And it only grows once a year, or when it's in season actually. So you might get like 1 or 2 harvests out of it. But I think these ones only grow in early summer, I guess. So as you can see, we end up getting a whole lot of fruit and just kind of stacking it all together till we get about 137 ounces worth of cherries. Okay, I'm just gonna keep looking around and be right back again. Alright, I think I actually found a really nice spot. There's kind of a natural lake here. We're in a big island in the middle, basically almost acting like a moat at this point. It looks like there's tetrahedrite here for copper, initial copper, which will be awesome. And then back there, we'll be able to get some clay to do our basic ceramics. And I think at this point, since it's getting nighttime, I'll show you guys how to make a basic fire. And this is how we're going to get our first set of torches. So the first thing you do is you put 2 sticks at a diagonal shape and you're going to get a fire starter. And this is basically your default lighter, just a little bit different. So I'm going to hold right click and it's going to attempt to burn something there, and it's going to take a fair amount of durability by doing so. And you can only burn things on the ground, and really the only useful thing is to lighting sticks on fire. So if you drop 3 sticks on a block and then hold your fire starter, it has chances of failing, yes, but on the success it will actually create a nice little fire for us. And as you can see, it has heat levels. And this is how hot it is. And you can actually put ore, low-level ore in here and keep it warm if you need it. Or cook food, things of that sort. In fact, we need to throw a log on the fire. This side here is for your fuel. And you'll notice everything has kind of different stages of warmth. So as you can see right now, we're cooking this piece of garlic. Cooked food does restore more supply of food, and also cooked food thrown together will also create a more stat bonuses as well. So we're at a light cooked garlic right now, and basically I'm gonna cook it to medium. Now it might be too warm, so I'm gonna let that cool to about warm, and then I'm gonna take a bite of it. It probably won't give any stat boosts. You usually only get that by doing a full-on meal. I'll show you guys that later. But anyways, so to make torches, we basically just set a stick in here. It'll catch fire and become lit. You get 2 torches for 1 stick. I think it's a pretty good deal. On this garlic here, doesn't seem to really do a whole lot. So we're just gonna get some sticks and mark out our general territory so we'll be able to find it. Torches, I think they go out in this. So if I remember correctly, the original Halloween update for Minecraft, which is something I was so excited for back when it was in beta, because torches were going to go out and it was just going to increase the difficulty of the game. They didn't get around to it, to making lanterns or anything like that. In fact, Minecraft has been kind of a bit of a disappointment since that update for me. Like, they really just gave it to mods and to make gameplay changes at that point. So, okay. This is our first little island, I guess. We have some fresh water up here as well. I'll be able to make a well. It won't actually pull water out, but I can use it to get water up here near the home we're going to make. We'll eventually have to make some farmland as well. Go ahead and drink some water. And I think there's some skeletons back there. They have quivers. They might also, they have normal bows, which is nice. The black skeletons actually have javelins. And in fact, since it's nighttime, it's a little dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and make a javelin. And this is the shape for a javelin head. And you can actually throw these, and it'll do a decent amount of damage. Or you can use them to actually do melee, and it will do a little bit of reduced damage because of that. So they do about 60 attack damage, the knives do 40. But you can also just throw it back and heave it at your target. That zombie down there. They are retrievable, they stick in the ground, and whoa. Okay. Sometimes they're a little bit of a pain to use as a throwing weapon. If you get a headshot, generally it does more damage and also has a chance to slow them. Monsters can also get a headshot on you. And this is not turning out how I wanted. It's pretty much going to get really out of hand now. Oh, and a spider. Wonderful. Okay. Don't die, don't die. Oh, okay, let's do this, skeletons. Run away. This is not safe. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Run this way. Pumpkin. Happy days. We found pumpkin, guys. Problem solved. All of them. Oh, that guy's wearing full iron armor. Joy. Some more tin. A javelin archer, which we'll have to run away from as well. Let's get back up on our rock area. Spider's still an issue. Zombies are an issue. What time is it? It's hour 2. We just have, 3 more hours of running away. What else do we have kind of around? Another lake drink. Nothing around. It's gonna kill me. So I'm just gonna keep harvesting stones, I guess, at night here. I can also harvest some thatch. It's a good time to do so since you're gonna be constantly moving around anyways. All these yellow flowers marking all the clay will be nice. Looks like we have a different rock type here. Nope. Oh, we got spiders though. Ugh, leave me alone. I'm thinking about getting a texture pack. It's not really important to me, but if you guys want me to, I can. Maybe even shaders, if you guys want that as well. Make it all look nice and pretty like. And I'll just keep kind of running around. Not trying to die. So you only regenerate HP if you have full food. Otherwise, you do not, I believe. Oh, morning. Get here sooner. Okay, we have a beach. So we have sand, clay. This is iron, hematite, and that's a spider. let's just keep running. Get up here, back to base, where it's all safe. So axes actually do more damage than that knife that we had. I think we'll be able to hold our ground now. These guys will start burning up. That thing just died. Higher levels you get, the more HP you'll have. Makes the game a little easier. Get off my island. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the episode here. We survived kind of the first couple nights. Please go away. Ow. So I don't know if the javelin skeletons, if it treats these guys as if they have armor on, and that's why they're not burning. But it is a problem to have these guys here. Rotten flesh, as far as I know, and this doesn't do anything. Right, okay, I really need to leave this one here. It's been going on for so long. If you guys are enjoying this new series, let me know. And I'll treat it a little bit like Medieval Engineers. You guys can even suggest building if you want. Oh, he's burning, thank God. And he's surrounded by water. Suggest a building. It is relevant in this game. In fact, I think Medieval Engineers could inspire a lot from this mod. There's just a lot of cool features. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, have a good night.